it's all about you. It's all about you.
Hey you guys, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you guys are here, and if you're new here, please subscribe. And yeah, so today we're gonna do the how I went vegan video, because people they like to always say that being vegan is too expensive, eating a plant-based diet is too expensive. So I wanted to cut that out and let you guys know that it's really not. It's all up to you. If you choose to eat plants and fruits and vegetables, like it's going to be available to you, because you're going to go looking for them, and then while you're looking, you're going to get the lowest prices, and hopefully everything's organic. So first things first, so how I went vegan is I did research, okay you guys? I watched videos, I watched all the documentaries, like What the Health, Forks Over Knives, Earthlings, all that type of stuff. That's what I did. And I really got an understanding of what food is and what it's doing to my body, and how food is actually an energy source. Instead of how Americans, we desensitize food. Well, pretty much this entire world has desensitized food to be like some sort of comfort, and we always like to talk about how we use it at family gatherings and parties and all this type of stuff. Like, that's cool, that's fun in moderation, but no one ever talks about the moderation part. We just see it all the time where food is just the main reason why people get together. But once you start to realize that food is an energy source, you start to think of it in a different light. So doing research is the first thing I would suggest for anybody that is trying to go vegan or wants to just live a healthier lifestyle. I'm not saying you have to be vegan, but I mean, if you clicked on this video, you're kind of interested in veganism as it is. And also, you guys, if you see me looking down, I kind of wrote some notes, because I really want people to understand that you don't have to break the bank to be vegan. Like, yeah, there's some people who are YouTubers and they make hella money a month, and they can go to Whole Foods every other day if that's what they want. But for me, that's not me, you know? So I'm someone who likes to shop fiscally, and you know, I'm an economist, so I'm not about to spend all my money in the wrong places, you know? So the first thing I would say is doing research. Next thing I would say is reading the ingredients. So if you're reading, you have a candy bar, or you have just like anything, and you look at the back, look on the ingredients, if you cannot pronounce half the stuff on there, don't eat it. It shouldn't go into your body. That's chemicals, that's extra additives, that's extra forms of sugar that you do not need, refined sugar. Any of those, anything that ends in OSC, the O's, glucose, all that type of stuff, all of that sugar, like extra sugar, like, come on now. We learned that in science, but it went right over our heads, like I know it did. So I would say doing research. And then for me, shopping wise, I live near Atlanta, probably like 30 minutes away, but I don't go to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and all that type of stuff. There is a store called Sprouts that I really want to go to, but you know, I haven't been able to yet. So for the time being, I shop at places like Aldi, Kroger, and Walmart. Everywhere has an Aldi, you guys, and if you are honestly considering going vegan, please go to Aldi. I'm telling you guys, they have so many vegan options. They have organic fruit there, and the prices are so decent, you guys. Like, Aldi specializes in keeping their prices low, so they do certain things, like they only have a certain amount of staff, also to give their staff more hours, and so that they don't have to pay out so many people to keep the prices low. And also, when you go to Aldi, please bring a quarter, okay? Because their shopping carts, you have to pay a quarter to get it. You can get your quarter back, but you have to put a quarter in the slot, then the shopping cart unlocks and you can use it. And that's another way how they keep their prices low, because they don't have to pay someone to go get carts, because you know, we never put the carts back. So Aldi is amazing. Like, that's where I started off eating at. Anyways, I've always eaten at Aldi's. Like, my family, we just shop with Aldi. Like, I can't even flex. Like, some people think like, oh, Aldi's off-brand. I'm like, okay, it's off-brand, but it's vegan and it tastes good and it doesn't hurt my pockets every time I go shopping. So shout out to Aldi, because that's my store right there. That's my spot. I don't care what nobody says. Another thing I would say is Oh, looking up cruelty-free products. Like for me, it wasn't as hard to go cruelty-free because I've been using all natural products on my skin, my hair, things like that. Because I'm really starting to take care of myself, and I understand that all those chemicals, like it's just not good for you, because the chemicals are seeping into your skin, they're seeping into your head, they're seeping into every part of you. So I decided probably like almost 2 years ago to stop using lotion, stop using shampoo that's been tested on animals and stuff like that, because I was just like, you know, if they have to test it on animals, that means that they have hella chemicals in it, and I don't want chemicals in me. Like I don't want that in me, so why would I use it? So I really switched to all natural. So I use like African black soap for my face, shea butter, coconut oil. I use Shea Moisture for my hair, and I use apple cider vinegar as my shampoo now. Like that's my favorite thing to use is apple cider vinegar. It gets your hair so clean, it's natural, it's organic, like it's just amazing. So that's what I do for my products. And then did I say shea butter? Yeah, I use shea butter to moisturize my whole entire body, so I really don't use lotion or anything like that. Also, just look out for the vegan symbol, and then it'll say not tested on animals, or it'll say tested on friends and family, things like that. So that's a good thing to look out for. It's really important to read your labels, you guys. Read what you're eating, read what you're putting into your body. And yeah, I personally just love to use like all natural things from the earth. So yeah. So you guys, another thing that honestly helped me go vegan was YouTube, you guys. When I tell you, I was watching What I Eat in a Days, vegan recipes. I was watching why I went vegan videos, how I went vegan videos all day, all the time, because I knew that's what I wanted. I knew I wanted to be vegan. I knew I wanted to change my life. I knew I wanted to help the animals, help the environment. Like that's what I knew. So, you know, I just did my research, and YouTube helped me. So some of my favorite YouTubers that honestly like really got things sticking to me and helping me were, okay, so of course Rachel, y'all already know her. That's my girl right there. I love how she breaks things down. I love how she talks. I love how she just, her energy and how she's so passionate. Like I love that. Like that literally exudes to me. Like when I watch her videos, I just be like, oh my gosh, like yes, like it helps me understand, because sometimes people say things and I just be like, what are you talking about? But when I watch her videos, I completely understand everything, and she's just amazing. And then Stella Rae, she was one of the people where she would always talk about her smoothies and all like kombucha and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, what is she talking about? And so then she kind of interests me in going vegan, and yeah, I love her. And of course, my girl Eden Jax, like, oh, she's so cute, so funny. I love her to death. And she always does What I Eat in a Day, and I love the fact that she does what a fat vegan eats in a day. I would do a video about being a fat vegan, because you guys, it's so funny. But yeah, she eats, like, she calls it like fat vegan food, like snacks and all that type of stuff. And I mean, she helped me. I was one of the people. Definitely gotta give a big shout out to Ralph Smart, because when I was doing my self-improvement thing, he would always talk about 7-day vegan challenge, 7-day vegan challenge, and I'm like, what, Ralph Smart, what you talking about? So obviously, eventually I was like, okay, let me do this 7-day vegan challenge. Let me go vegan for 7 days, see what happens. And after those 7 days, I never went back. So yeah. Lior Alexandra, she always talks about how her veganism has improved her, and she's another person I watched on my self-help journey. So I was like, you know, veganism obviously is that thing, like obviously. Definitely Ruby Tufty, I love her. She is someone who has been encouraging me to continue with my weight loss journey, so thank you, Ruby. And then we got Nagad. She talks about her veganism a lot, and she's very spiritual. I watch her videos. She's so calming and soothing, and she always talked about veganism, and I was just like, girl, yes, okay. And then we have Shantae's Way. She has like the most beautiful curly hair, you guys. That's how I started watching her. And then after watching her videos, you know, getting to know her more, I realized she was vegan, and she always talks about how being vegan, putting better things into her body helped her hair grow. And I was like, okay girl, yes. So, you know, even little, it's crazy how little parts, like I didn't even know a lot of these people were actually vegan until I sparked the interest in my mind. Like our minds literally create our realities. And once you start thinking you want to do something, things pop into your life. People tell you things, you'll see things like, oh yeah, man, yeah. You're just learning so much because you have that thought in your mind like, I want to be vegan. So there we go. And then someone I truly love, her name is Tyra. Okay, so it's her YouTube channel, but it's her whole family's YouTube channel. And she has 6 kids and they're all vegan. Their whole entire family is vegan. And if you are someone who really is like picky with your food and stuff like that, I would definitely watch her channel. I will have everybody's links below just because these people really helped me in my journey to veganism. So if they help me, I'm sure they can help all of you guys too. So I really like her channel because she has 6 kids and they range from like ages 13 to like 2. So you see how they eat, what they like to eat, how they shop. Now they are in the UK, so some things are a little different, but for the most part it's the exact same. So it's like a really good way to see like what people actually eat that are vegan, because most people think vegans only eat salad. I'm like, okay, I only eat salads sometimes. I only eat salads when I feel like eating a salad. So chill on that. Like, I remember one time someone told my brother that he was eating rabbit food, and I'm like, okay, what? Like, y'all are crazy. Like, okay. Anyways, and so now we're gonna get on to the groceries part. So if you look in the description box, I'll have a link to my Pinterest. And on my Pinterest I have a transitioning to vegan board, a vegan recipes board, and on those boards I also have a lot of grocery lists because those really helped me out. Other people's grocery lists literally helped me so much. And then speaking of groceries, I want to get into like your staple things. So let me see what I wrote down. Okay, so I wrote down rice, beans, potatoes, tortilla chips, tortilla shells, almond milk, and then we're gonna get into like all the vegetables and things like that. So for me, what I would do is I would literally go to Kroger or Aldi to get any of my produce. Those are my 2 places where I get my produce, because Kroger, they have everything laid out so pretty. It's mostly organic and fresh, and it's just like so beautiful. They always have the best avocados. Like whenever I go to Kroger, the avocados are literally so ripe and ready to use like that day. Like, you know how sometimes when you have your avocados, you have to wait a few days or a day or 2, and for avocados to ripen them, what you should do is take them out of the bag, like if you have the plastic bags or whatever bag you have the avocados in, and put them in a brown paper bag and store it on top of your refrigerator. That helps ripen them, and then you can use them like the next day instead of waiting a few days. But Kroger, they have the best avocados, best tomatoes, oh my gosh, best onions. Like they have all different variations of onions. They have the red onions, the white onions. They have everything at Kroger. And then for Aldi, I like to get my grapes from Aldi. I like to get my dates from Aldi. I love to get my kiwi from Aldi. Like, you guys, they have the best kiwi. I love to get my blueberries and strawberries and raspberries from Aldi because they're a lot cheaper. They have the exact same brand at Aldi and Kroger for the blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries, but I always get them at Aldi because they're a lot cheaper. And Kroger, sometimes they have deals on the blueberries and raspberries, but for the most part they don't. And then, you know, that's where I shop. Like, I'm really a person who loves to just go to the grocery store and whatever I feel like I want, I get. I don't necessarily make a list unless I know like how much I'm trying to spend. You know, like say if my dad, for instance, if he gives us $100 and he says, okay, you guys can get your groceries, and that's what I use, and I get groceries for me, my brother, and my sister. So I get groceries for 3 people, and I maximize utility, and that's when I write out. But if I'm just getting groceries for me, then it's kind of like I just get some stuff. Like I just get whatever I feel like I need. So yeah, it's like really fun. Like honestly, try it. Like, even if you don't want to go vegan, but you just kind of want to live a healthier lifestyle, you can still look at my Pinterest boards and look at those grocery lists, and you can see like everything that you can get. And then for me, I love smoothies. Like when I got my NutriBullet, it was on and popping. Like I was making smoothies left and right. So I like to make my smoothies with fresh fruit and frozen fruit. And y'all, please do not forget the frozen fruit, because when I tell you, it makes the smoothies 10 times better. Like, oof, I would sleep on the frozen fruit for a while. Like at first I was just using like fresh fruit and just doing that with my almond milk, chia seeds, agave for sweetener. That's what I do for my smoothies. But then once I added in the frozen berries, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. So I would definitely invest in a NutriBullet. Luckily, one of the girls from my school, she bought a NutriBullet, and then they sent her two, so she sold the other one at like a lower price. So that's how I got it. The universe works in amazing ways, you guys. So that's how I got my NutriBullet. But they are an amazing investment. I think they're like $80 or $90, and honestly, they're the best thing ever. And if you're, you know, serious about your health, having those smoothies and drinking like fresh fruit and all that every day or every other day is amazing for your body, and you will have so much energy throughout the day, you guys. Like I'm telling you, especially when I was only doing the fresh fruit, I literally could drink that and be like, I would just have so much energy. Like it was crazy. And another thing I would definitely recommend is, even if you're not a fan of spinach, put spinach in your smoothies, you guys. It's a good way to get your greens, a good way to get some iron. Like just amazing. So yeah, so basically that's how I went vegan, you guys. Doing my research, reading ingredients, watching YouTubers and seeing what they eat in a day. Also following people on Twitter and Instagram who are vegan, because they always like to post what they're eating, their recipes, things like that. So honestly, it's just being persistent and diligent with your research and learning. That's how I went vegan, you guys. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that expensive. I promise you. I am a college student. Like, I'm filming in my dorm room right now. I am on financial aid. My parents they're not able to just hand me money every single week. Like, I'm not, you know, balling. We're not balling on or nothing. But it's like, if I can make it work, anybody can. So it's just up to you, and it's up to the effort you want to put in. So don't be discouraged by people. Don't let someone tell you that it's so expensive to be vegan and so expensive. Like, you're gonna go shopping for food anyways. Like, instead of buying all the processed refined sugar crap with all that stuff in it, all the chemicals, and it's been frozen for 9 years type stuff, like, instead of buying that, just, you know, shift over to the other side. And Kroger has an amazing organic section, and they have a lot of vegan options, vegetarian options, all of that. So take advantage and go explore other parts of the grocery store, because you will be surprised at what you find out. And don't think that you only have to shop at Whole Foods to be vegan, because that's not true. I've never shopped at Whole Foods. Like, I literally have never been to a Whole Foods. The most I've seen is on YouTube and everyone else shopping there. I personally have not shopped at Whole Foods, and I don't think you need to. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to be amazing and do amazing things.
Yeah.